Well, howdy there, partner. Looks like you found yourself in a YouTube video that you shouldn't be YouTubing on. Because this MP4 file is for Americans only. If you're not American, what is the purpose of your existence? Let's be honest. I mean, look, I don't want to give you a history lesson, but Americans are known for inventing almost everything. I'll give you one of many examples. We're the first people to not clean our cheeks with water. We refuse to clean our 2 Ballon d'Ors. That's right. We're also the first people to change a sport where you use your feet to kick a ball. And we call it soccer because you gotta wear socks, remember? And if you don't agree with that logic, you're a soccer. Welcome back, you crusty crustaceans. In today's video, you look a lot crustier than before. And I just want to take a bite out of you. Alright, let me put my mukbang hormones to the side. I am not a Jeffrey Dahmer disciple yet. Wait, why did I say yet? I don't ever plan on getting that yet. If you guys are recurring viewers of the channel, I truly do feel for you, but you guys would know that I was in a relationship about 2 weeks ago. And then me and my partner unfortunately went through a couple of arguments and we decided to break up. So in the last video, you probably would have noticed she was sitting on that chair right there. But unfortunately, she has decided to deactivate. And in true YouTube fashion, I want to utilize her deactivation for my gain. So if you truly feel bad, if you feel bad about her logging out of this server, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. That's what she would have wanted. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Americans letting everybody else know that they are just superior. Now, obviously, I don't think I have to disclaim this disclaimer. There are some very nice Americans. As an American myself, I'm not saying I'm a nice one, but there are a lot of Americans that are just very nice people. And they don't have this superiority complexed inside of them. But obviously, there is another handful that has decided that they're just superior. They are just greater. And there is nothing you can do about it. So I just thought it would be fun to look at some moments where Americans truly believe they are the Himothy or Hurothes of situations. So without a further ado, let's take a doo-doo. US citizens are more important. This is going to be a lovely introduction. I can already tell you that much. So funny to me that the Canadian airport has decided Americans are the only ones who might not realize they're foreigners. That's absolutely world class from the Canadian airport. And I'm honestly really happy that the Canadians decided to write this out and not make an announcement that Americans are foreigners. 'Cause I don't know if anybody would be able to comprehend that Mickey Mouse accent. Yo, cruddy. Tutus, fam, if you're not in the right lane. I guess that's what Tim Hortons and poutine does to you. And now I feel like I'm also showing that I'm an American. Let's move on. So somebody has decided to take it upon themselves to respond to this individual. When I say someone, insert eagle noises. An American. There is literally a picture of the whole world and a US flag. So it means out of all the types of foreigners, US citizens are most important. The thing is, I would love for this to be satire. I truly believe that this guy believes this. He doesn't believe that Canadians would be questioning the educational intellect of an American. I don't know if this has been there since the beginning of this Canadian airport, but I just find it funny. Because like, what if it wasn't? And the Canadians in the airport just had to endure all these Americans saying, well, we're not foreigners. Want to be Canadian, we can literally nationality bend. So they just had to deal with all of these Brads and Bobs telling them that they're not foreigners because God forbid you were a foreigner. They decided that we are just not going to experience this experience any longer. We will make a sign that will let them know that they are a part of the foreigner group. And this is why Americans are not visiting the land of the tutus, fam. Because as an American, why would you relegate yourself from main character to side character? I mean, your ego cannot take that. So might as well just not see the whole country. Literal fascism, lol. No freedom over there. German police's quick reaction to a guy doing the Nazi salute. They're absolutely Haagen-Dazsing this dude onto the ground. I mean, he's shaped like a pretzel, which I do believe is German, unlike Haagen-Dazs. Is Haagen-Dazs German? That might just be my American kicking in. I'm just generalizing. Okay, so it turns out Haagen-Dazs is not German. It's actually American, but it sounds German, so it's German to me. So the German police rightfully taking down somebody that is doing the Nazi salute. And then you have an American in the responses. Smiles for you, RAR X3 says, literal fascism, lol. No freedom over there. This is not something to celebrate. The government can just ban anything and disguise it under hate speech. That's a bad precedent. This is such a super sick method that this dude just released. Think about it. He gets arrested for tripping his mom down the stairs. This is absolutely ridiculous. It's reminding me of modern day Germany, where you can't even Nazi salute anymore. Sir, you basically attempted to take your mother mother's life. This is ridiculous. My mom is an amputee. I was just trying to make sure that she loses her other leg, so she's balanced now. You know what I mean? I wanted her to be more symmetrical. You guys just take anything and put it under violence. That was a really bad example, and I hope it does not backfire on me. Yeah, just super sick method dropped. If you disagree with anything, if you say something super hateful or see somebody saying something super hateful, anything slides as hate speech nowadays. So you're not in the wrong, okay? Especially if you're an American, then you're definitely not in the wrong. You're immune to wrongness. That's one of the perks of being American. Do I regret my vote? Hell yeah. It stings. Would I vote for him again? Bet your boots I would. I already know from the way this was phrased that this is a Trump supporter, and it's not going to end well. We rode hard for Trump, but the system he built sent my wife hacking. Deported. Gone. Do I regret my vote? Hell yeah. It stings. Would I vote for him again? Bet your boots I would. My kids are crying, hearts breaking, but I'm still all in. How can we make America not mentally insane again? Can we make merch for that? Honestly, because this is just unfathomable. I love the way he described this. Actually, I don't love it, but it's just a fascinating way to describe your partner. The love of your life, supposedly. I'm sorry, is your wife sustenance? Did they just put her in a Lunchables box? You made it sound like they just took her to go. They're just in the drive-thru and they're like, yeah, we'll take one illegal. This is so sad. You've been manipulated to an unhealthy level that you're willing to sacrifice your wife, the mother of your children. I mean, it doesn't get worse than this. I can just imagine ICE breaking through his doors and this dude is like, hey,
oh, no,
icy
please,
boys,
babe,
you guys look
me.
icy. Right there. She's the prized possession. Take her. Sorry, babe. It's for the land of the unfree.
Oh,
we
no,
need to make
babe.
sure they get rid of people
Please
like
don't
you.
let them.
Thing is, I don't think we have a plethora of these people in this country. We need more people like this. More people that are willing to sacrifice their family trees for that sun-kissed bottle in office. That's what we need. More of those. Now, I'm honestly curious, and I know this guy is not watching this video because he probably can't find his way to the internet. What is the line for you? They take your wife, right? Where would you say, I'm not voting for Trump anymore? Is it when he takes your Nerf gun away? Is that where the line is crossed? Or is it when McDonald's doesn't provide you with unproportionate, unhealthy, glucose-induced meals? Now McDonald's wants to be healthy. By the way, McDonald's can't be healthy because they support genocide. But still, what is the line for you? I can just imagine the scenes. His children are crying, and as their tears are dribbling down into their mouth, their father is just there in between the three of them. This is all gonna be worth it, I promise. In 10 years, you'll be able to hold a gun. You can do whatever you want with it. A man paid over $200 to ship Texas dirt to Italy so his son could be born on Texas soil. This is completely valid. Who wouldn't want their kids to be grown on Texas soil? Because I don't know if you guys know how children are born nowadays. They're not born through the womb of their mother. You have to plant them. You have to water them. Imagine your child being surrounded by all of these fettuccine merchants. I honestly just need an explanation as to how this managed to work. How did Italy let you do this? Your wife is just giving birth. She's exporting that file for the first time. They're taking the child out of her portal. And the doctors are like, we need to hold him. We need to wrap him. We gotta make sure that he's getting the right nutrients. And then in the middle of the night, the father figure, you know that room with all of the breathing embryos where they just keep them there? And he sneaks inside that room, Pink Predator, Pink Panther style. His son is howling because he picked him up wrong. And as he picks him up, he's just dumping Texas soil onto the crib. But it's completely valid. If you're not from Texas, you wouldn't understand. Texas soil has the nutrients that can make you possibly a school shooter. Anyways, congrats to the couple on growing your son. But did you water him properly? Because he looks a bit geometrically in danger. Where is his head? He's missing a head. That doesn't matter. He was born on Texas soil. You're right. The Texas soil will make up for that, I'm sure. Hospitals are businesses. Their job is to attract high-paying clients. American here. That is the most American thing to ever be said. Yes, just declare your Americanness to all of Twitter. American here. Not sure how the rest of you live with free healthcare. If no one's paying, what incentive do doctors have to keep you alive? The incentive is in the sentence you just said, to keep you alive. You'd hope like a human being would want to keep another human being alive. If not, you might want to lock them up. Similarly as to what they should be doing with you. You want world-class treatment? Then you should earn it. This isn't some charity. Hospitals are businesses. Their job is to attract high-paying clients, not babysit freeloaders. So you said a lot of gems in there. And when I say gems, I would say gems that are infused with poison. Not sure how the rest of you are living with free healthcare. I mean, I don't know how you guys do it. How do you even feel good about yourself? You think every patient just sits in a chair and says, doctor, for what reason do you have to heal me as you receive no shillings from my healing? It's not like the government pays you to heal me. So you think doctors wouldn't make money if healthcare was free? I was gonna tell you the internet is free and that you could just look for that information online, because obviously doctors around the world still make money even though their healthcare is free. But it's honestly a lost cause, because your brain is free of any civilians residing in it. By the way, guys, if you feel like my voice is a bit off, I am a bit under the weather, so forgive me if I just sound a lot more attractive. Yeah, who's a good viewer? View me. Georgians call the mother deda and the father mama. Lol. No, we don't. It's mom or dad. He's talking about the country. See, I don't blame him. As an American, there's only one Georgia. She was this girl that was in my class in 4th grade. I'm not Harry Potter to be figuring out all these other places around the world. I mean, who cares? We're from the USA. Caca and all that, you know? What the Eagles said. What's stopping you guys from just taking over a castle? Hello, I am American. Now I have a question. If I, not me specifically, just like in the hypothetical I sense, took an English heritage site castle by force with like 50 guys and it was on a moat with a hill and everything, would the UK government have to siege it down medieval style? Because they can't use ammo to damage the site, and it'd also be super uncool to gun down people over a prank. I'd wear knight armor, so like pepper spray, and would be worthless too. Also, UK police aren't immediately identifiable as displaying psychopathic tendencies and don't normally carry guns. Culture shock as an American, I gotta say. So like, would they just send in cops with batons and they'd have to climb the walls with ladders? I don't know who to talk to get an accurate answer, but I've been thinking about this for a while. I'm willing to put myself on a watch list for a real answer. Also, no hostages. Not that they'd be killed, that's just messed up. They can just go home, but like, they gotta go quickly. I'm taking over a castle. This is not Game of Thrones. This is Game of Thorns. Hurts the head to read any further. I just want to make this clear. You believe that the UK police are just gonna start whipping out a sword. I was going to explain the scenario to you and as to why it might not work, but you're living the American dream. All of us have dreamed of this, right? Where we go to the UK and we colonize a castle. That's something we've just all thought about, right? So my suggestion would be actually go over there and try it out. Like, don't do any research, just take 50 guys who are also as brainless as you and just go over there and colonize that castle. You got this, man. I think as devastating as that whole confession was, the part that really got me is the UK police aren't immediately identifiable. They're not easy to recognize. Buddy, you just gotta look at their mouthful region. And as soon as you see the piano tiles, you'll know they're UK police. By the way, they don't carry swords anymore. If somebody is robbing somebody, they're not just going to chase after them with a sword. I guess you don't know that. Hey, what are you doing? Get over here so I could slice you. I also love how you're living in a world where you think you're gonna take over a castle and you think the disunited kingdom is just going to step back and say, well, the thing is, right, we only got swords. By the time we get there, it's just not gonna work out, is it? We'll just let them have that castle and try and make sure they can't take any more. So just get some people on the other castles, would you? Let those guys have that castle. I want my kids to look back on this video because in the year 2050, this dude actually achieves this. And guess what? He opens the first American Hogwarts. It's called Frogwarts because it's for a bunch of frogs. They teach English in Britain. This in particular is a speaking exam for my GCSEs. But yes, of course they do. Interesting. Best of luck. And this is the issue. Americans think they're the default skins. Believe it or not, English originated from that region. So the audacity to be asking if English is being taught, by the way, in an English-speaking country as well. I know it's quite difficult to understand what they're saying sometimes, but I mean, it's still English. It's just not very pleasant to the earlobes. Neither is the American accent. We're just getting the worst of both worlds. Why did I just become Conor McGregor? Let me resort back to default settings. While in Germany, I found an Aldi. This Aldi is nothing like an American Aldi. I saw some of the same products, but nothing American or anything written in English. I was lost. Breaking news. The country that you actually flew to is out of America. So it's not gonna be in English because you're not in America unless they speak English. If that's the language that they languagize in, but you're in Germany, like you said. Why am I telling you the country that you're in? But somebody responded, Guten Tag, you know Aldi is a German store, and in any capacity, why would be something written in English in Germany? Guten Tag. Exactly my point. This guy stole my idea. That's the thing, you Germans don't understand. As an American, we call dibs. We think of something, even if it's after you, it's ours now. We bought that thought. Why would you confess this to the internet? Do you not have friends around you? I guess if your friends are American, then probably they're like, you make a really good point. But do you have any friends that are un-American? They could have been like, turn it in for you, right? They could have just proof checked this and made sure that everything was looking good. Meat and milk are rarer in Europe. So I'm here at the Battle of Pavia reenactment in Italy, and the thought occurred to me. See, I told you guys about the thoughts. We just be thinking all the time as Americans, and something you peasants can't do. As a Scandian slash Hema celebrity who can bench 225 and born in America, obviously, I grew up with a different diet than Europeans, and so I am stronger. Things like meat and milk, which would be rarer in Europe, that give Americans stronger bone and muscles. What techniques do Americans have for safe sparring with Europeans so we don't hurt them? And then he's inserted a picture of himself looking extremely ferocious. This is a dangerous guy, and the thing about him is that he's also a very good person. I wanted to make fun of him, but I don't think it's right to do so, because he has demons inside of him and he's controlling them. He's a puppet master, he's controlling them, and he's aware of the demons that are roaming around his anatomy. So he wants to take into consideration you Europeans. I love the look that he's giving the camera as well. Like, he's looking at me like he's gonna spear me as well. I didn't do anything. I'm on your team. I also have a feeling this is the same guy that was gonna take over a castle in the UK. This is more of his thing. Obviously, I'm not focusing on the big issue at hand here. Milk and meat are supposedly, according to a study that he just did not study at all, meat and milk are rarer in Europe. This is why everybody in Europe is lactose intolerant. It's not in their control. They just don't have access to milks. They just become lactose intolerant. They don't have ice cream in Europe. They can't make it. They just eat ice. There's no cream. It's just straight ice. Just chomping on ice like little beavers. But yeah, we'll take over your castles and we might give you guys some milk and meat, because it's extremely hard to mine such materials in Europe. In 2016, a guy hijacked an Egyptian airline with explosives packed to him. A British man on board asked for a picture with the hijacker as it was happening. So there is the picture. The British man has a full set of teeth. That's not a British man. He looks a little too jolly. Almost as if like he just got a full set of teeth. He's the first British man to do so. An American commented. And you know when an American comments, everyone around him deactivates. His words are just so much more worthy. An American would have subdued the man and rendered him unconscious. Big difference. I haven't heard of this story, and maybe I'm just not aware of the Egyptian hijacker that took over a plane and then took a picture with the British man with a full set of teeth. But imagine this is just a picture of like a British dude taking a picture with an Egyptian dude on a plane, and just like they kind of hit it off. They were sitting next to each other, and the Egyptian guy is like, and I'm looking at you and I'm thinking to myself is how you have a full sets of teeth. All the British people I'm meeting, when they try to bite me, it does not work. It feels like one thorn because they just have one fang. I know a lot of us are teethless, or some would call us toothless, like from How to Train Your Dragon. We're a lot of dragons over there. We use swords and stuff of that nature. Such a wholesome conversation, and it quickly becomes unwholesome. The whole situation, the whole conversation is ruined because an external source, an American, intervenes. I would have dismembered him, actually. Yeah, I would have just made sure that he was limbless. A bad day in America beats a good day just about anywhere else. That just about is doing a lot of lifting. Other first world countries exist. Are they back-to-back World War champions? The last time I left the land of the unfree, I remember this was my biggest argument. Anybody decided to have a conversation with me and try to even look me in the eyes. Because as an American, you can only make eye contact with Americans. Everyone else is not worthy of your pupils. So this dude is looking at me. He has the audacity to pupil his pupils onto my pupils. Do you know we're back-to-back World War champions? We did all of that single-handedly. But it is true that a bad day in America beats a good day just about anywhere else. Because a bad day somewhere else, you wouldn't be able to get diabetes still. But in America, that's always a possibility. No matter the place you go to, they will make sure that glucose, MSG, and type 10 diabetes is all injected into the average pomegranate. And that's a bad day in America. That's a bad day. Just imagine a good day. Just imagine what happens on a good day. You can't imagine because you're not American. You don't hold this power. But if you did enjoy this video, American or un-American, you're free to like this video. This is a democracy until I just don't like what you say. Then I'll probably will delete your comment. Anyways, in honor of my partner passing away, I put a picture there. It's flowers because she was just a flower. Don't forget to subscribe and like so I can like move on and stuff. Because right now I just feel like I'm unable to. But I think if I get like 10,000 likes, I'll finally feel better. And if we hit like 100,000 subscribers. Also, if you want to see some of my short form content, you can check out my Instagram and my TikTok. I post on there when I feel like. And yeah, I'll see you later, folks.